Okay, let's get right into it. We see the word purifying plastered on, well, pretty much every skincare bottle out there. But what does that even mean? Today, we are going to cut through all that marketing fluff and really figure out what these powerful ingredients are and what they're supposed to do for our skin.
You know the feeling, right? You're staring in the mirror, totally frustrated by a random breakout or those blackheads that just won't go away. It can feel like this big mystery, but honestly, the things causing it are actually pretty simple.
So, these purifying ingredients, think of them as the ultimate cleanup crew for your face. Seriously, their entire job is to get in there and tackle all the gunk that causes congestion, leaving your skin looking clearer and just healthier. They're the targeted problem solvers in your skincare routine.
But before we can even talk about the solutions, we have to understand the problem. What is actually going on inside our pores that's causing all this drama? Let's take a closer look.
It really comes down to a mix of four main culprits. First, your skin makes its own oil, called sebum. When it makes too much, that oil mixes with dead skin cells that are just kind of hanging around. Then you add in everyday pollution, grime, and some bacteria, and boom, you've got the perfect recipe for a clogged pore.
All right, now for the fun part. Let's meet the 5 superstar ingredients. I like to call them the purifying crew. Each one has its own special power for fighting back against clogged pores and helping you get that clear skin we're all after.
First up, we have salicylic acid. Now, if you've ever felt like your face wash only cleans the surface, this is your game changer. Here's what makes it so special. It's oil soluble. That means, unlike other stuff that just works on top, salicylic acid can actually get deep inside the pore and break down that gross mixture of oil and dead skin right where it starts. It is a true deep cleaner.
Next on the team is a total powerhouse from nature, tea tree oil. People have been using this stuff for ages and for a really good reason. It's famous for its super strong antiseptic and anti-inflammatory powers, which basically makes it the natural enemy of any acne-causing bacteria. It's amazing for oily and acne-prone skin because it helps with both the bacteria and the redness that comes with it. But, and you really gotta listen to this part, this stuff is potent. You should never, ever apply it straight to your skin. Always dilute it, or you can end up with some serious irritation. Okay, let's talk about activated charcoal, also known as the impurity magnet. It has this incredible super porous surface that basically acts like a trap. When you put it on your skin, it latches onto all the dirt and oil on the surface, so when you rinse it off, all that gunk gets washed away with it. Your pores literally look cleaner.
Now, a lot of people kind of lump charcoal and clay together, but they actually have slightly different jobs. Charcoal is the master of pulling impurities from the very top layer of your skin. Clay, on the other hand, is an expert at soaking up excess oil from just inside the pore. So think of it this way. Charcoal is the surface magnet, and clay is the deeper oil sponge.
And speaking of clay, there are 2 main types you'll usually see. You've got bentonite, which is the heavy-duty option. It's incredibly absorbent, so it's perfect for really oily skin. But if your skin is more sensitive or combination, you'll want to look for kaolin clay. It does a very similar job, just in a much, much gentler way.
And finally, we have the heavy hitter, the acne killer, benzoyl peroxide. This ingredient does not mess around. It's not just cleaning things up, it's an antibacterial agent that dives right into the pore and eliminates a specific bacteria that causes those angry red pimples. It literally stops breakouts before they even have a chance to get bad.
This ingredient can be an absolute lifesaver for moderate to severe acne, but you have to respect it. It can be super drying and irritating. And yes, it absolutely can and will bleach your towels and pillowcases. That's not a myth. So the number 1 rule is to always start with the lowest concentration you can find, usually 2.5%, and let your skin get used to it.
So you've met the whole crew. But which one is actually right for you? Well, it all comes down to your unique skin type and what you're trying to fix. Let's break it down with a super simple guide. And here it is, your official purifying cheat sheet. Go ahead, screenshot this. If you're oily and prone to breakouts, you can go for the big guns like salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide. If you've got combination skin, something like charcoal is great for managing an oily T-zone without drying out the rest of your face. And if you have sensitive skin, gentle options like kaolin clay are going to be your best friends.
Okay, everybody, listen up, because this next section is probably the most important part of this whole explainer. These ingredients are powerful, which means they don't always play nice with each other. Using the wrong combination can seriously do more harm than good. Welcome to the Skincare Rulebook.
Rule number 1, do not use salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide in the same routine at the same time.
They're both really drying, and if you layer them, you're pretty much just asking for a red, flaky, irritated mess. The fix is easy, though. Use one in the morning and the other at night, or just use them on totally different days.
Rule number 2. You have to be super careful when you mix retinoids with any strong exfoliants like salicylic acid. Both of these ingredients speed up your skin's cell turnover. Using them together is like hitting the fast forward button twice. It can totally overwhelm your skin barrier. The best way to handle this is to use them on alternate nights to give your skin a break.
And rule number 3, this one is less about irritation and more about just wasting your money. Benzoyl peroxide can actually oxidize vitamin C, which makes your fancy, expensive vitamin C serum completely useless. You're just throwing its benefits away. To get the best of both worlds, use your vitamin C in the morning and your benzoyl peroxide at night.
And that's it. Just 3. 3 critical rules to remember. If you can keep these in mind, you can build a routine that's not only going to work, but more importantly, is going to be safe for your skin.
Phew, we've covered the problem, we've met the whole crew, and we've learned the rules of the game. So let's bring it all home and talk about how you can actually use all this info to make way smarter choices for your skin.
And honestly, this is the whole point. It really is. You don't need to go out and buy the most expensive product on the shelf. You just need to buy the right product for you. And that journey always starts with understanding what's actually inside the bottle.
So here are your 3 main takeaways. Number 1, read the label. Get to know which member of the purifying crew you're actually dealing with. 2, match that ingredient to what your skin needs. Go back to that cheat sheet. And 3, always check for conflicts. Before you add anything new, just run it by the rulebook.
You are now officially armed with the science to decode those ingredient lists and make choices you can feel good about. The power is literally in your hands. So I guess the only real question left is, what are you going to look for?